You guys get over there. You come over here. Let's see here. Hey, Shane. How are you? I don't expect a turnout at all today, as this is just a last second thing, since I am just trying to get some stuff done. And one of the things I'm trying to get done is this Shadespire stuff. So let's see. We should have a pretty good view right there. Okay, so let me just slide over a little bit. There we go. Oh, stupid cat underneath the table. Making things difficult, so hold on. Alright, there we go. Alright, so we're going to pick up where I left off last time. Gregorius, how are you? Rhonda, how are you? Ice Guardian, how are you? I'm looking afar, so if I don't see you, I apologize. Let me see. I was looking for something, and I thought I pulled it out, and I probably did. Forgive my arm for getting in the way. Yeah, let's go with this. Let's do some of this gray work. Oh, no. We're going to start with our Kandar blue. We're going to get that all in there. And we got to be careful with this because it's in a funny way, especially particularly on this particular figure. So here we go, right? As I always say, here we go. We're going to get a little paint on here. And why don't we just start painting, right? Well, all we're going to do is just put a coat. Oh, let me get it so I can get on camera here. Let me just adjust this up a little bit. Let me pull the mirror here a little bit. And there we go. Alright, so we're just going to get this in here. We're not worried about hitting too many things because the key here is that we are going to put another coat on, of course. We're just trying to get a nice, light, thin coat over this gold. And that's all we're doing. Rhonda, hope you had a nice Thanksgiving. Well, I sure tried, that's for sure. We ate, and then everybody else took off on me and went shopping. They went to go do that Friday shopping thing. That's the hip thing this year. Alright, okay, we have my little new cup here, which I like because I can put my brushes in the bottom here and water in the top. Let's take a look at it. See? Wash the brush here. Take care of it there. There we go. Seems pretty easy, right? That seems pretty easy. We got our paper towels and everything. A little bit of a different setup today, so I'm going to give it a new try. Let's take a look at this. As you see, I have, yes, a new light. I don't have the headset. We're trying something different today. Alright, let's get to work. Enough talking. Enough talking. I do enough of that, right? New troll, what's up? Alright. And this is pretty good because where I got the computer, I can actually kind of just lift my head ever so lightly. And just, I want to make sure that I get all these edges. So if it spills over onto the other edge, that's okay. Because on the inside there is going to be a lighter gray, and that's okay. It's going to take a couple coats. That's going to be a little tricky to do, but we will get it. I'm not worried about it. All this we're going to just touch up eventually later. And we're just trying to get our little champion here to look like a champion. And we're not worried. You see how I'm getting that on the inside? That's all going to be gray. Well, actually, it's going to be white, but I want to make sure that I catch that edge. And really, I'm not worried about how I catch it. Just like in here, I don't mind getting in over here because that's all going to be silver. But the main thing here is just to kind of catch that. It's going to look a little sloppy at first, but we'll clean it up. All right. And listen, any of you guys can do this. There's so many people that are really great that do this. And there's some real morons too, but hey, that's what life. They're all over the place. You don't have to have a bad haircut to paint. That's for damn sure. All you got to do is just try your best, give everything you got, and that's all you have to do. You don't have to have fancy brushes. You don't have to spend a lot of money. You just get what you get, and you try to just make your world a little bit brighter, and that's all we try to do here. That's for sure. All right, let's move these paper towels out of the way. I'm trying to keep an eye on here. I'm trying to bring this microphone a little closer so you guys can hear me a little better. There we go. And then over here, we want to clean up that edge there. Don't want a sloppy edge. Not if we can help it, that's for sure. And we're just going to go back over a little bit. Good, long strokes. And everything works out perfectly. Alright. Now we're going to take a little bit of a smaller brush. It's good to change brushes, that's for sure. Here we go. Throw that one in there. And let's see what we got here. It depends what's going to make me comfortable today. Because I'm weird when it comes to brushes. Oh, I see one that I'm interested in. Alright, let's try this. Oh boy. And now we're going to just try to get these shoulder pads. We want to make sure that, and don't mind the table. I apologize for the table moving. I'm waiting for my table to come in. It still hasn't come in. I have a good solid table that's going to be coming in on the bottom here. Oh boy. I am real off today. I'm very off today. You know when you just don't feel... Oh, let's move this out of the way. Okay. There we go. And we're just going to work around here. And we're going to take our guy here and we're going to just work that area there. Boy, what the heck is wrong with me today? Probably not a good idea to paint today. My hands are just a little... My hands are sore because I trained real hard today. And I kind of strained my shoulder a little bit. And you could feel it because I could feel the blood running through my hands. And sometimes that just sets you off just a little bit. Just a little bit. I'm working on something for next year. As a matter of fact, I'm starting yet another segment, and we're going to call it Patron Painting. Yes. Because I have so many things I'm working on that a couple times a week, what I'm going to do is just... we'll introduce the project that we're working on. And we'll say who it's for, and we'll just get it painted. How's that sound? Something a little different. Okay, let's just touch that up a little bit. There we go. Not worried about, again, not worried about hitting things. We're going to go over some stuff here. We're not worried about that. We just want to make sure that we get the blue where the blue needs to be. All right, there. All right, let's let that dry for a second. And like I said, this is just a last minute stream kind of thing. So I'm not worried about how many people are watching and stuff like that. And it's just something I kind of, oh, boy, I got to get used to this thing. It's really nice. Oops. It's nice, but it moves a little bit too much. There we go. I think that'll do it. All right, let's see what brush I want to move. Or maybe we'll just move off this guy for a little bit. I'm going to show you guys something. There's a couple different ways that you can handle these guys and get their skin up. You're not worried about getting anything on the rest of this model. The only thing that you're worried about is getting them kind of where they need to be. So we're going to take a little brush like so. Yeah, that's about the size I want. I'm not going to take a whole piece of paper towel. We're going to try to save some trees here. I'm just going to fold this in half here. There we go. And I'm going to take some Ushabi bone, which is a layered paint. We're going to shake it up really, really good. And we're not worried about watering it down whatsoever. But we are going to get some on this brush. Like so. Like so. Hold on, let me turn this a little bit. Oh. Come on. There we go. I was wondering why it was a little dark in here. And we're just going to take this off. We're going to work this one area and we're going to take it off. And we want to really keep it kind of light. I'm going to work it off on this brush here. There we go. And then all I'm going to do is I'm going to check underneath. Okay, that doesn't seem too bad. I can even check on the base if I wanted to. All I want to do is be able to get it and just, instead of painting over all the edges, just try to dry brush over. So we're just going to use that Ushabi bone. Don't worry about getting it on his armor or anything like that. We just want to get his hands. We want to get right in there. And we want to work this color. Don't worry about getting it on the cloak. It's okay. It's not going to kill him. All we're trying to do, and you can take it just a little bit if you feel it's too dry, and just work over his skulls and his hands. Because we're going to paint over all this stuff. But we want to make sure that we really get it. And I think it'll really sell out right here. So let's do it again. What do you say? I think so. Big bang. What's up, brother? Nice Saturday afternoon. I'm going to try to fit some of these Saturday afternoon sessions in here, that's for sure. We really need to get a lot of stuff done. And all I'm doing is, again, not being shy with it, but I don't want to overpower it either. You just want to, and you don't want to put it on too heavy where it takes away the detail that we're creating. Because as you can see, we're creating some really nice detail there, and that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to bring the skeleton's body parts out, like this part right here. I'm not worried about all the other parts I can get. All I care about is getting that bone and bringing it out. All this I'm going to paint anyways, so it's not important. And my buddy here, who's coming out of the ground, if you're going to come out of the ground, look good. You know what I mean? I mean, as good as you could look. And we're just running some Yushaba bone. Right over. There we go. Whoop. Come back here. Come on now, little fella. And again, we're not worried about what we're pulling out. All we're trying to do is just pull out some detail. And we don't have to be careful until we put the other color on. You want to bring all that bone structure up. And that's just taking this and working this in here. Just nice and light. Boom. Insto Skelly. Insto Skelly it is. Misfit, what's up, Dutch Yoda? See, trying to get on here a little earlier so my friends from overseas, it's not nighttime, you know? Well, it might be nighttime, but at least it's not 2, 3 in the morning. Let's take a little more. Let's do a little more work here. Come here, son. Here's a perfect example of a skeleton gone bad. He looks pretty good there, but by just taking... Oops. See, that's just a little bit too much, but you can work that in there. And just taking... very lightly. Not working too hard. Let the wash do its job. And highlight over it. Often imitated. There we go. You see the result that we're starting to get. Bringing the bone out. Skeletons are the funnest thing to paint sometimes, and especially for a beginner, because the results are almost immediate and you really gain confidence. I really believe that. Whenever I want somebody to start painting, I want them to just paint me a skeleton. Huh? Well, let me show you how easy it is. This is such a great confidence builder. Puts people in a frame of mind, and it gives them belief that they can do anything, and they can, because half of it's in your heads. Anybody can paint. Trust me, anybody can paint. It's just a matter of whether you like it or not. It's something you want to do. That I cannot control, but that is totally up to you, isn't it? Isn't it? It's totally up to you. Can everybody hear me all right? I wasn't talking to you, Lily. So if you rewind and you take a look and see how this guy started out, you'll see that, wow, all of a sudden he's come alive a little bit. And just like that. Just like that. Just a nice, easy, light touch up, and there you are. Thank you, folks. That's all I ask. Keep me in the loop. Who else do we got here? Who else is ready for... Oh, no, these guys are still drying a little bit. I had to rewash these guys a little bit. Because... Why? Because I forgot. So we're going to let them go. We're going to just concentrate on these guys for now. That's alright. That's alright. We'll let that dry. So I'll wash our brush real good. Dry our brush real good. Get all that color out. Well, boom, boom. Let's pick that up a little bit. There we go. Stay there. This guy's still drying too. No, he looks like he's dry. Alright, let's just get him done while we got it out. because we're going to start doing some other things here, and I really kind of want to, even though I just washed this brush, sometimes it's good just to wash the brush anyways and just get a fresh coat on there. Keeps your brush nice. As you can see, we're working it off. Working it off, working it off. I need to take this other shoe off. I got one shoe on, one shoe off. Ah, there we go. Now I feel balanced. It's amazing. The littlest thing can set you off. How about that? Alright, so just nice and lightly. Working. Just taking that, you shabby bone. Not covering up that wash. No, sir. No. All we want to do is bring out that rib cage. Whoops. Hold on to it decently. Work that into his face. Again, we're not worried about getting it on the cloak because we're painting over the cloak. That's when we'll be careful. Right now, we're just taking our time. Now paint the fences. Huh? Wax on, wax off. Yeah, there you go. That's the only way you're going to learn. Wax on, wax off. And just take it, work it in there. It's a Saturday afternoon. What else do we got to do, right? We could be putting Christmas decorations up. No. Oh, gotta go paint. The channel needs me. You betcha. Heck no. And there we go. Better. Better. Let's see. Okay, this guy. No. No. Okay, so we're going to let those three guys sit. Now we're going to wash and clean. We're only allowed one troll, and we have one. Thank you. Alright. In the meantime, why don't we take a sip of water? Sounds good, right? So, what's next, you say? Well, I say we take some lead belcher, kind of do some of the armor here. That's going to help us out a bit. Armor, you say? Armor. No, I have that, I have that, I have that. What do I do with all these paints? Etch and gray? Nope, 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 nope. Don't tell me I didn't pull the lead belcher. Come on, Rob. Oh, no, that's Ironbreaker. That's close. Boy, oh boy. I am off my game today. That's okay. That's okay. I'll just dig one out of the old box here. Somewhere. I was looking for that. And... Jeez, come on. We'll have to go to the lower tray. Makes sense to store your paints decently. Keep them upright, keeps them from solidifying and doing other things. You'll find you spend a lot less money. Boy, oh boy, it's not in here. Not there. Boy, I am off to a bad start today. That's okay. It's almost as bad as playing Dragonfire. By the way, last night I was agonizing over it so much because Leland was telling me what a crappy job I did. My big critic there. So, still working on getting Blood Rage painted. Yeah, that's a big one. Meanwhile, I'm reading the rules from TI4. There you go. Oh, here we go. Lead belcher. Oops. In case that one's dried out, we'll grab another one. Jeez. But I came back out and I played a little longer because I was really perplexed by how much the game I messed up last night. It wasn't horrible, but I mean it wasn't earth-shattering. Well, let me see something here. Let me just make this a little bigger so I can see it. So I can see how bad this looks. Oh, okay. Not that bad. Alright, so let's just take a little here. And just add a little water. A little water never hurt anything. There we go. And let's go to town. So I want to make sure that we get our lead belcher on our sword here. Again, we're not worried about how far we go down. Let me bring down my eye spectacle. And we're going to drive a little in here. And a little in there. There we go. And I'm not worried about that because we're going to go over this with a very dark wash. And on this side, I want to be able to just kind of work our way up again. That big mighty sword of his. We want to get the chain here. There we go. We're going to bring out a little more highlight in him, but I'm going to wait. So we got to brighten up that gold. That gold is... bleh. We're going to make that gold kind of pop there. So, let's see what else we got here. Well, since we're at it, let's start working on some of the pieces that we have to do here. There we go. You can see how soft this plastic is. You really want to be careful. Is there anything else here that we need to worry about? No, we just got to take care of his cloak, and then we got to take care of this band. Let's take care of this. He's got a shackle on him. So let's reload. Let's reload. So we want to get... I'm going to get some of that lead belcher up and in our little pot here. Just add a touch of water. There we go. There we go. Nice and thin down so it goes on smooth. And come through here. Again, like I said, we want to make sure that that's shackle. Be a little careful with this brush. Alright, let's put him over there. And our good friend here. I'll get that spear. I'll get that armband. This chest plate. Being careful not to hit any of the work that we've already done. His boots. Definitely his boots. Right in there. Not worried about the cloak. Just worried about getting that in there. And you see how he's starting to come together a bit here. Yeah. Alright, yeah, let's go with that. And we're going to paint that black anyways. But for now, let's just go all the way in. Paint the strap. Gotta watch his hand there. Watch his hand. Be very careful. Look at another brush. Alright. There we go. Put that one down. Close that paint up. And there we go. Let's get a little bit of that. There we go. I like that. You mix your paints right inside that thing. Thing's pretty neat. And we're just cutting away. Let's see. I'm thinking about picking this up. I would, Brian. I think it's a very good game. I've read the rules on it. I'm really excited about it. I can't wait to get this to the table. But you can't get it to the table unless you get it painted. This was what I was told by the children. Look at that. I don't want to play unless this thing is totally painted. Oh, okay. Let me get right on that. Along with the other 5,000 things I got to do. Right? Oh, sure. I got nothing to do. There we go. Alright, buddy. Let's get you down there. And mix in. Moonstock, how are you? Oh, Monster 150. I don't have my glasses on. My good glasses, at least. That goes to show you. Oh, you know what? I'm not looking at the thing. Hold on here. Zoop. There we go. All right. Let's get our boy all squared away here. We're gonna make this really stand out. Right now we're just getting the base coat on, which is important. Not gonna worry about that yet. What about that ring there? Okay. Take care of that. Let's get a little more of that paint. I'm not worried about being neat here on this, because this is all going to be black on the inside. And all I'm worried about is getting the strap. And not hitting the flesh. Don't hit the flesh. We worked hard on that. Come on now. Come on. Work with me here. There we go. And again, on the outside here, you can even go over it all the way if you want to. It'll help bring the black out a little bit more. Alright. Let's get this lad down. And we should have just enough paint mixed up, I think. Take care of this. We hope. Boy, this guy's had some bad luck here. Oh, dogs are barking. Somebody must be here. I got a Kickstarter game in here today. I'm going to show you guys. So we're just going to put this guy down. We're going to clear off this brush. And what did I get today? Oh, let's show you. I'm zoom this out for a little bit for a second. This is something that I believe is going to go on Kickstarter. Someone sent me a copy to take a look at. It is called Warpgate. Yeah, while we're waiting for that to dry a little bit, let's take a look. Because this is what we do. We just break up our total painting thing into hey, what do we got here? Okay. Oh, here's all. Shows you how to set everything up. Components. It looks like a bit of a 3x game here. A 4x game, excuse me, not 3x. Tiles look real nice. Alright, so let's take a look at some of the stuff. Here's the ships. Right now they're just plastic before they go. These tiles. Okay. Alright. A lot of things going on here. So we're going to be taking a look at that. The art is really nice. We're going to have to take a look at this. Oh, we got a little letter here. Let's read what it says. Hold on. Oh. Thank you so much for taking your time to look at Warpgate. Please note that this is a review copy of the game and the components are not final. Eventually there will be PVC plastic miniature ships. Cards will be done in proper stock. Minor rule and card text changes are likely. However, we believe this version of the game should be enough to give you a good idea on how the final game will play. We apologize for the inevitable typos in the rulebook. Rulebook is still a work in progress. Proofreading hasn't been done. The Kickstarter campaign will start on January 16th. So, all right. So, guess what, guys? We're going to be taking a look at this for these nice people that were nice enough to send this. I have no problem telling them what I think. Hopefully, we've got something good here. I hope for their sake. Or else I just won't make a video of it. Because I don't want to ruin their project. But just know that Rob has Warpgate. And if you're thinking of backing it... Okay, what was that? Something went. If you're thinking of backing it, well, guess what? I've got it, and we'll check it out. Is GW planning on supporting this with more races? I believe so. I really believe so. All right, let's clean this off here. All right, now let's get down to business. All right, let's take some Celestial Gray and let's try to get as much of this cloak as we can get done. That is a key part to our buddy here. Is hammering home that cloak. So we're going to take some of this and we're going to put it in our little pot here. Oh God, jeez, let's zoom back in, right? There we go. All right. And we're going to add a little water to that. Just enough to make it worthwhile. All right, let's get to work. What do you think? I think I'm right. All right. Just nice and easy. Taking our time. We want to get the lightning bolts too. Let me bring this down. This brush isn't going to cut it. We need something a little bit smaller to really get this working. So there's some really tight areas here, and that's the thing, especially when you're dealing with cloaks, is trying to get those tight areas. So we want this to be nice and smooth. So we just have to take our time, work our way around. Good lines, there we go. Don't worry, we can put 2 coats on. We're just working. Oops, sorry. Let me turn that way. There we go. We're just working underneath, making sure that we catch everything. Good even strokes, making sure the paint doesn't pool. Coming up in here, nice and easy, nice and controlled. Remember, you control the paint. Get yourself a good pair of glasses. Don't be like your old pal here, going blind. Alright, my hands are in the way. I'm sorry. Knowing GW's track record on supporting things. Oh. I'd say they support it for 2 years. Well, if they do, that's 2 years more than I thought they would have. In the instructions, they show our Fire Slayers. Dave. Hey, Rob. Why I get Shadespire from... Okay, hold on. Hey, Rob, etc. Why should I get Shadespire being a Warhammer fan? Why should you? I think it's a nice, quick game. I think it's something different. If you are a Warhammer fan, you know, you're always looking for them to support their games. And they've come up with a game that's basically a board game. You know, it's not a drafting game per se, but you know, now all of a sudden these cards play pretty big into it, and it has a board game feel. They're trying to make that crossover. Oops, we made a mistake. That's all right. We'll fix that. And you can do that one of 2 ways. You can rinse this brush out, but I think, listen, I'm very old school when it comes to GW, okay? And I really mean this in all my heart. You know, when I hear Necromunda, you think I'm not panicking? You know, I got that coming next week, and I'm kind of like, okay, it's going to be here next week. But, you know, what am I expecting? Is it going to be my Necromunda, or is it going to be a new version of Necromunda? Am I going to crucify them if it's something different? Something more, something not as deep as the old Necromunda. Well, I'll be disappointed, yes. But also, I have to see that they have to evolve, and I understand that. You know, let's face it. There's not a lot of us old-timers out there anymore. Okay. Guys, this is going to be a little bit hard because I can't really show you what's going on here. So I'm going to actually take this off camera for a second and just try to get this back area here. See, getting this back area behind the thing is a little difficult and you're not going to see anything, but I actually have to take and work this in here a certain way. We want to give the illusion that it's painted all the way through, which that's what we're doing. And I'm just trying my best to keep you guys in the loop here. But getting back to your question, listen, it's never going to be like it was. Nothing ever will be. You know, we all have memories and how we remember things. Listen, I remember so many great games, and they're gone. Well, they're not gone. They're not gone from my memory, and they're not gone from my heart. But they'll never reproduce those type of games again. Those days are gone in a lot of ways, and you have to evolve. Them trying to do this, you know, is trying to bring newer people in and excite people about GW again. By the way, Rob, when are you doing the full Monty Necromunda game with the 3D rules and terrain? We'll probably start working on that next week. When I get back with my grandson, we're going to be gone Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. He comes in Tuesday night. We're taking him to whatchamacallit, the box with everything and all the terrain and everything will be here. I like to say Thursday. So Saturday afternoon, me and my grandson are going to paint. And we're going to put things together. And we're going to do that live for you guys. We'll probably get everything together. We'll work on it all the following week. And then that weekend, we will have a complete playthrough of Necromunda. So there you go. You talk about GW evolving. Millennials don't have time or patience to read through and remember stacks of rule books. So that's why they've streamlined their games as such. Exactly what I was saying, Dave. You know, this is what they're trying to do. You know, they're trying to take something like this where you just take 3 guys. Maybe it pulls some people in. Maybe some of those millennials do come in and they go, wow, this game is so much fun. And the game is fun. The game is a lot of fun. You know, it got high marks from Rodney Smith, and it's gotten high marks from a lot of people. And you know, a lot of people are very sensitive when you start doing some of these games. Okay. Now, I've heard a rumor that, you know, they're going to be doing a couple other games. And I'm like, okay, you know, are you going to be true to what that game was? I don't know. But if they simplify it and they bring people in, you know, they're going to keep their business model alive, and they're going to keep this alive. So when my grandson, who is of age, you know, he's only 3 right now. He's going to help Grandpa next week. But, you know, when he comes to age, when he hits that 9, 10 years old, and I'm here and I can show him certain things, you know, it's okay. It's okay. It's not going to be my game. But I can show him my game. Maybe he becomes interested in my game. The rules aren't gone. We can still play our game. It's just things are different, folks. And we have to evolve. We have to evolve as gamers too. There's a lot that we have to do to just try to help support. Now, have they made a ton of mistakes? Oh God, guys, come on. You know how many times you've been disappointed. I've been disappointed along with you. Okay? There's no doubt about it. Let's put that guy over there. Let him dry for a bit. What rumors have you heard about GW? Go on, Rob. Gimme. I won't tell us all. No, I'm only talking to the internet, bro. Come on now. Alright, I'm going to give it to you. Even though there's a video that's going to cover some of this. Let me just put up my thing here. Christian Chong, my brother, what's up? So, Next year, 2018, I heard 2 things from a reliable source. The same people that told me that there was going to be another version. Let me just back this up a hair. There we go, guys. There we go. Not too much. Okay, there we go. That gave me the same thing about after the first Warhammer Quest that there was going to be another one. If you remember that, check your videos, folks. You'll see. And that was, oh geez, what was I going to say? I forgot. Oh, never mind. No, basically 2 games that are going to make a comeback, and they are talking, I bet it's Dark Future. Nope. Battlefleet Gothic, I heard, is going to make a comeback. And, hey Rob, I was wondering if you had sent this out. Oh God. Alright. Jason Miller, why don't you just come into the chat, and that way I can find out what you're talking about. My thing pops up all of a sudden, my email. Sorry about that. But the thing I was going to say is that we're taking a Gothor Brown, and we're going over this fur. I want to give this a different color. I don't want to make it too dark. I do want it to stand out a little bit. Yeah, Battlefleet Gothic was one, and I heard that Mordheim is being considered for next year. Just like Necromunda is being cranked out right now. Now, these are rumors. I'm not going to I can't verify the source, but the source is usually pretty good. And these are 2 games that I would be pretty excited about. I really would. Why don't we just work on all this? Alright. Jeez, what should I make this cloak? Should we go with a dark gray for the cloak? I think that would look pretty cool. Maybe a corn red. That would stand out. Alright, let's go with that. So, let's close this guy up. Let's close this up. And I think when you really think about it, those are good choices right there. Those are good, solid old games, and they're trying to bring back. I'm going to use a corn red here, and I'm going to change up a brush. Sorry, I'm trying to talk and think at the same time. That's not easy, not for an old fart like me. But when you start thinking about these games, the depth, bringing back the Necrons and stuff like that, and all, just making everything cool again. I mean, come on. When you used to go to your old game store and those things were out there, I mean, you had to be jacked up. I know I was. Jeez. I couldn't wait. I couldn't wait for the newest thing. And I bought everything because I bought in. Then they changed the rules and everybody get mad. And you can't blame everybody. You can't treat people like garbage sometimes. And I think this new guy who I've gotten to meet with Sam really cares about the old game. Really is starting to get it. They finally starting to get it. You gotta listen to the people. You gotta listen to the internet. It's like miniature market in some ways. They don't listen to you guys. Guess what? They can't change and they can't do the things that you guys need to be done to be successful. You have to listen to the people. You can't just think, well, I got a plan, let's see if it sticks. It doesn't work that way, does it? It's not a good idea. Not many businesses can stay alive and with that kind of business model. See, I like this corn red on here. We're going to darken this up with a really nice some color. Newell oil. It's really going to stick out and really help this guy come alive. And you know, it's tough because the minute you went public, okay, which, you know, sometimes you have to do things to survive. And the company went public. Well, you have stockholders to answer to. They want to know where their money went. And it's tough. Hold on. I'll answer that question in a second. Let me just finish this one line here. Guys, just bear with me. I'm sorry. I try to answer every question, and I apologize. I've got the computer completely on the other side of the table, and with these old eyes, it's really hard to see. So I apologize if I missed anybody's question. Just ask it again, of course. I never ignore one question. I try to answer every single question. And I think I'm one of the few people that when you come in here, that you can say that the old fart really does try to put you guys out there. Okay. Von Deacon, happy Saturday to you all. Question, Rob, are you planning on picking up Rising Sun CMON when it's released? Will you be painting it and all its expansions? I pretty much don't have too much of a choice. Newell oil is a good wash. Oh, yeah, God. You know, when you can bring out recesses, I mean, they're just really... There are two versions of Newell oil. Well, there's different versions of it as far as from different companies, yes. And I think that really helps a lot. Let's go with this guy. This guy, I think, really... Let's keep going with this. I kind of like this working in here. And we're going to take this guy and we're going to do the same doggone thing. I'm going to just move this a little bit, guys. And I'm going to try to keep this in here so you guys can see what the heck I'm doing. But this corn red really helps bring out what we're trying to accomplish here. We don't want this just to be one color kind of dimension. Really want this to kind of just stand out, have this cloak, really sell this figure. Oh God, my hands are so bad now. You know what it is? I'm overtraining. You know, this big event that's coming up, this is it for me. I'm going to shatter my own world records. You know, you kind of put a lot of pressure on yourself, and you kind of already, you know, I'm ready to go. Let's just do it. And I just want to get it done with. And then, you know, I'm just dedicating my life to this channel, basically, is what I'm saying. You know, I'm not going to do anything else but concentrate on really trying to bring this channel up. You know. So, this guy, I think, you know, with the hood on, I think we got to make that black, don't you? I think so. We don't want to have everybody the same way. Be honest. Alright. Let's take care of this little piece here. And there we go. Does anybody know the score of the Michigan-Ohio State game? How's that? Hold on. I see that people are asking some questions. Leland, if anybody's asking some questions, could you please handle it? And also, you're going to have to redo that whole title and just make it neat. I just kind of threw it together and turned on the thing. If you don't mind, pal. When this is over with, of course. I tell you, we couldn't do half the stuff we do if it wasn't for our good friend Leland. Getting tired of praising him, to be honest with you. Alright. Here we go. Alright, let me see if I can see this. Hello. Do Do any of you use Citadel air paints? I started picking them up. Or do you just water down the standard Citadel paints for an airbrush? I've done both. I think the air paints are fantastic, to be honest with you. Would you use gloss for dirty orc armpits? Oh, of course. I would use gloss for dirty orc armpits. Oh, there you go. Citadel air, much easier than trying to get thin right. Yes, exactly, Jesse. And troll ones, gloss works great for eyes. Yes, they do. Ohio State 21, Michigan 28. Wow. How much time in the game? See, I'm here with you guys painting. I'm not watching the game. Normally I watch the game. That's the only game I'll watch from college, pretty much. That, the Florida State game. I'm just not in the mood today. I don't know what it is. Football's kind of... I mean, football's good, but jeez. I've got to fine line that a little bit. Alright, we'll take care of that right now. Well, actually, I can do that with another color. So we went Celestial Gray. We could build out from there. Let's go with his face. How about that? Let's move these out of the way. We'll just get our boy all done up here. End of the third. Boy, this is a battle, huh? Those two never have a bad game. That's all I have to say. I could go Bugman's Glow. Yeah, let's go that. And then we'll work over with some flesh. There we go. So we're going to take... We're losing any frames yet? Nope. Everything's good. Alright, looks like that new cable I'm using is making a big difference. Let's bring this down. Let's zoom. Oops. Too far out. Too far in. Alright, we're going to try to get his face going here. Oops. Now we're just going to slop some paint on this guy. Actually, I'm just going to paint his entire head, and then I'll paint his hair later. But this is a good base over it, especially since we had it totally gold. And there we go. I'll just pull that out. There we go. Perfect. Over there. And we're just picking away at these guys. A little at a time, little at a time. How about these guys? Yeah, let's get some of that Candor blue out again. I really like this thing. I don't know why. You can mix your paints in there. You got your water on top. You know what this is? Can anybody tell me what that is? Hawks still have what? Bugman's Glow for this guy, really? Oh yeah, it's just an undercoat for that. Or am I confused with bubblish green? Oops. Let's see. If Citadel paints start to dry up in the pot, is there any way that you can salvage the situation? Am I adding some special liquid? Yes. Oh God, what the heck is it? Matte medium? I think, no, not matte medium. Oh God, I had some of it. I forgot what the heck it is that you can use. You can just put a little in there and it actually brings it back to life. I had it happen a couple times. Yes, it is, Gregorius. It's aromatherapy. My wife didn't want it, and I said, you know, I think I can use this. I really think this has purpose. She looked at me like I was an idiot. I am an idiot. This is not the idiot you're looking for. How about we do it on the camera? That'll be something cool. If we just kind of... Oh, God. I gotta get used to this thing. Alright, let's just bring this up a hair. Just getting used to different angles, guys. That's all it is. The Sigmar Marines. Here we go. Now part 3 I think I'm going to do tomorrow, because we're going to finish these guys up. I want to get these guys done. And I have an idea how to play it. I think Justin and I are going to try to give it a go. This is one that Justin's interested in, so we'll give it a good shot. And Justin, you know he's a hardcore player. He will give me enough problems. Alright. Alright. I just got to adjust this. Boy, oh boy. I've got to get... Oh, there we go. How about that, Rob? That looks pretty good. There we go. I'm really trying to get used to this latex. Yeah, it's something like that. I don't think that's the one because I used to make my own washes, and you would use that to work it in. But there's another component to it, and you only need a few drops of it because it's just it helps it run. But that stuff there will actually help bring back the paint. Oh, come on. There we go. I'm really trying to get used to this new glass that the Queen got me, because I'm doing everything I can from putting those new glasses on, which are just hideous because I can't get used to the bifocals. And it's something that's just gonna take time, and time is not something that a guy with a YouTube channel playing to the millions and millions has. Right? Right. I knew you guys agree with me. I know it. Nathaniel Robinson, the man, the legend. We have so many regulars that are just good people. And, you know, I'm going to take a few minutes here and thank so many of you for everything that you've done this year. I want you guys to look out on Thursday. Even though I'm not going to be here, I put videos up so you guys have something to look at while we're in Universal and Disney and all that other happy horse shit. Yeah, that's right, I swore. My wife drives me nuts with that stuff. But gotta keep the Queen happy, right? So, okay, I gotta get down there too. Let me just clear this brush a little bit. So anyways, in a nutshell, I did a video of all the anticipated games for 2018. So I think you guys will like that. I think it came out very well. I think it was my top 8 for 2018. Get it? 8? No? Okay. But either way, I think it'll stand up. And we are constantly working on new things. I have a couple of reviews going up I think you guys like. And I'm going to be covering a lot of things in my... I don't know if I should do the vlog live tomorrow. I think that might be a good idea, because it's going to be long. I've got a lot of things to say, as usual. So, we'll make a decision on that tonight. Whether we should go live or just tape it. I might just tape it. And then I'm going to play some games tomorrow. We're going to do another painting video tomorrow. I may try to do something tonight, but we'll see. There's no promise. No promise. No promise. Dutch, did you get Shadespire? Oh, there we go. You guys are talking amongst yourselves. That's good. Okay, there we go. And then here, we're just going to outline that. And then come in here, because we got to do some gold touch up eventually. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Good. Get over there, young man. Or young lady. And... oh, this guy means business. This guy looks ticked. He really does. How do people like Age of Sigmar? That's a question I have for you. And did you guys see the video community question? I think every other week we're going to come up with a good question. You guys can submit some, and what we'll do is we'll just get everybody's input on what the topic of the week is. I think that would be kind of something different and fun to do. I could be totally wrong and nobody can give two backhands, but we will find out. I can guarantee that. How's that? Alright, so let's just go down here, over here, up in here, and there we go. We got all these covered. We're just going to go over them again. We should be able, if I just come on tonight, maybe we can finish these or get a good amount of this stuff done tonight. I don't know. We'll have to see. We will have to see. There we go. We'll see what the fates conspire this evening. Alright. Now in the morning I'm taking my little precious daughter out for lunch. Or for breakfast. We're going to go to the English breakfast place, and that'll be fun. Let's add a little water. Oh, here we go. Dave asking a few questions. I just watched a video. A guy with a dry Citadel, dry paint pot. He put 4 drops of liquid text thinner and mixed it back to normal. Yeah, that's what it is. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Okay, question to Rob and the mini painters out there. Do you use metallic paint pens such as Sharpies for edging? Sometimes I do. Question about 40K for Rob and the chat. If I am researching factions, just seeing how they play with proxies, can I get away with the indexes rather than the codexes? Ooh, I'm pretty tough on that one. No English breakfast is complete, Rob, without HP. No, they have it. They have it. Trust me. These wonderful people are from England. It's actually a very cool story. His mom had a summer place out here, and her dream was always to move out here. Well, she passed away, so he got the house out here. He came out here and decided to open up a restaurant where you can get authentic fish and chips. A nice thing about it is they got a nice big screen so we can watch the Premier League, #1 league in the world, thank you. And they make authentic breakfast. So you get some Yorkshire pudding, we get baked beans, you got the HP sauce. There's another sauce that they had that was really good. Oh God, that's gonna make me crazy if I don't get it right. And black pudding, a banger, 2 eggs. Also get twice fried bread. I think it's just called fried bread, to be honest with you. What else do they put in that breakfast? White pudding, or white, yeah. And I'm trying to think what else. All I know is it is a pile of food for about $13. And I sit there and I go, okay, see you guys in the emergency room. So good. And we go there. I usually take the pups with me. Matter of fact, we are taking the pups tomorrow. So that's going to be fun. All right. Let's see here. Let's pull this up a little bit. Got to do those 3 guys back there still. Let's take some of Bad and Black real quick, because I'm kind of curious if that's going to be able to pull off on this dude. And anyways, I've got to do a few things with it. Oh, jeez. Don't tell me. It toined. Hey, Rob. Love your channel. Thank you. What do you think about Shadespire rule set? Keep up the good work. I think it's a good, simple game. It's everything that you could possibly want to really get somebody interested. You see, for me, and the point I'm going to prove is I'm going to play this with Janice, is that, you know, a lot of games, you know, if you sit there and you try to play 40K or something, you know, sometimes, or you know, even Age of Sigmar, excuse me, you know, the person could get lost. It's overwhelming, especially in this day and age. But if you ease them into it and you get them to buy into the, what's the word I'm looking for? The history. You know, it's a rich history, and a lot of us only know it. I think that you really get them to buy into it by starting them slowly. So, you know, you play Shadespire, and guess what? Now all of a sudden the kid goes, wow, this is fun. I want to learn more about these guys. Now, you said these guys do something. There's another game with these guys in it, and then now you've got them. And you suck them in, and then you show them all. And let's face it, let's not lie to ourselves. They are the best miniatures around, okay? Yeah, you can say it's overpriced, this, that, and the other, but come on. It's Games Workshop. We all love the workshop. And we always will, because it's personal to us. It means something to us. At some point in your gaming life, there was something that hits home with you when it comes to Games Workshop. And I know you're out there, and you could say it. Yes, Rob, you're right. Because I remember when the kids were small, and we'd go down to the mall, and people would be playing, and I decided to start my Wood Elf army, and how sucked in every Saturday we would be. And the kids would be excited because, number one, they would get to see all these wonderful painted models by different people and stuff like that. And then I would take them right next door, because there was a Burger King right next door and a pretzel factory. My wife liked the pretzel factory. But they liked the Burger King because at that time they were doing shack packs. You know, where you opened up the little packet and then you poured all the cheese into the fries. That was like their best. They still talk about the shack pack. Shack pack is legendary in our home. Legendary. I don't know what that has to do with Games Workshop, but I will tell you this much. It adds to the lore. Alright. Let's just get this covered. There we go. Alright. In the second novel of the lore, LOL, I'm 43, and I fell for Shadespire sucker. I've already started building Age of Sigmar. There you go, Jesse. See? Static display. That's a great thing about Warhammer and 40K. There's so many different hooks that can lead people in. Yeah, and that's true. And one of the biggest mistakes that some of these companies make, such as, oh God, what's their competitor, War Machine? There's no real story that really sucks you in. There's nothing that makes you go, yeah, all right, I want to play these guys because of X, Y, and Z. You know, there's nothing that, for me at least, for me, you know, I could be talking out of my hat too, but honestly, for me, there's nothing in there that makes me go, okay, this is the game for me. You know, because, oh my God, the Khador are so cool, or the Signar have such a rich history. I don't feel that with that game. I don't feel that with a lot of games. All right, and that's the problem. There's no history there. I mean, some people really try to build history. Look, Dan Abbott, who is a guy that wrote comic books for a while, wrote some great novels because he understood the history. And he's an English kid, and he's done some great comic book work, and he's done some great novel work, and now he's writing stuff for 40K. And he wrote like one of the most prominent stories in Marvel, in the Marvel Legend recently, which was Annihilation. It was a great comic series. So what does he do? Oh God, I would love to write something for Warhammer. Why? Because he grew up with it, and it has a rich history, and he can add to the history. It's just a beast that will always be there, and many people will try to take it out, and just when you think you killed it, well, guess what? It rises from the ocean once again. That is Games Workshop. You'll never get rid of it because, take Mantic. Mantic was doing stuff at a cheaper cost, but kind of mimicking some of the stuff, and was doing a pretty decent job. I mean, I can't say that they were doing a bad job at all. What did I want to do? I wanted to paint something black. All right. I see what time it is. So I'm gonna take a look at the questions here, and we're gonna talk a little bit, and then let's see. In the second novel, lore, okay, Warhammer may have deeper lore than popular film and comic book franchises. I agree with that, Nathaniel. It really does. You think of Blood Bowl. You think the old Warhammer fantasy. Why do people want it back so bad? Because it was so deep. That history is so deep, and how many people can name some of the generals, or some of the lore there. Some of the figures by name. Martin, hi. Could you recommend suitable music for playing Warhammer games? Thanks, and sorry for the off topic. No, that's all right. Suitable music for playing. So, if you're playing fantasy, Lord of the Rings type of soundtrack wouldn't hurt. As a matter of fact, they did Lord of the Rings for a long time. A lot of people like heavy metal with their 40K. That's okay. I mean, it's not like you're going to be playing Elton John or Fleetwood Mac while listening to it. But, I think something pretty heavy, you get that feel of everything coming across the field. That usually works. There you go. But, there you go. How long have we been on? An hour and a half. Not bad. We got some work done here. Okay? We got some base coats. Now, yeah, we use Bugman, but for the face, but you're going to see how I'm going to build that out. We're going to build the rest of this out. We're going to take care of this armor. We're going to really make that shine. Right now, we were getting some nice base coats on. We've got to finish up the post here, the parchments. We got to get these three guys caught up with these guys. Whoops. Woo, come back here. And we'll do that. And then we'll come back with part 3 where we will actually finish and highlight everything up. So there you go. I like the look of Warhammer Fantasy more than Age of Sigmar. I like the rank and file. I really did. You can search a board game and it puts a playlist of songs. Oh, that's a good idea. Jeez, look at you, Leland. All right, guys. This was so much fun. As always, I always have a great time when we just sit down and we paint. It's been a while. Expect this to be back more often. We're out here in the studio finally. We're able to get a lot of things done. I'm going to work on some camera angles and some lighting things and stuff like that. And it looks like I'm going to have to go back to the headset a little bit. But I really think that we're going to hit home. Guys, again, it's fun. Get ready for part 3. I'll see if I can do it tonight or tomorrow. I like to get these done because we got Necromunda coming. And we got a lot of stuff that we got to cover and we got to paint. We're going to be doing painting for patrons, which is going to be new. Static, I'm going to answer your question before I take off. One of my favorite parts about GW Rule was the fluff text and in the margins. I agree with you. I still quote, though my guards may sleep and ships may rest at anchor, our foes will know well that big guns never tire. There you go, brother. There you go. Guys, again, I think we've said it all. I think we've done it all. I will be back, as promised. You guys are the best, and we'll talk to you soon.